Hello, my name is Femix, and today we will be reviewing the GameStick Pro. And here it is, the GameStick Pro. I bought this on Amazon for around $30, but you can get similar devices for lesser or more. In terms of the setup, here we have the HDMI plug. This is where you put the wireless controller receiver, and here is the power adapter. So this is the HDMI cord that you use to connect this to your TV. This little thing is what's going to be picking up your controller. This thinner cord here is how the device gets its power. If you follow the instructions included on the store page in Amazon itself, you should get a construction that looks something like this. And here is the controller for the GameStick Pro. Immediately you can see it's just a knockoff of the PS5 controller. Speaking of the controller, while it works, it is not the most comfortable to use. The triggers are incredibly clicky, feeling more like the face buttons than any actual triggers, and this D-pad is incredibly squishy and often misreads my inputs. If I had to say the worst thing about the controller is the stiffness of the joystick. Look at what happens when I gently waggle the PS5 controller. Now look at what happens when I try it on the GameStick. Being as gentle as I can, it rocks around the table like this. You have to use a bit more force to move the joysticks, and it's just a little irritating. Now here's what you'll see when you first boot the system up. You can see we have the emulators on the bottom here, the different buttons, a game counter, and the main menu, which is the cover art of Jump Force. The tabs we have are All Games, Favorites, Arcade Classics, Final Bird Neo, MAME, Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, Links, Capcom's Play Systems 1, 2, and 3, PC Engine, NES, another NES tab, the Game Boy, the Japanese Super Famicom, the American Super Nintendo, the Game Boy Color, GBA, the Genesis, the Sega Game Gear, the Mega Drive, the Neo Geo Pocket Color, and the PlayStation. I was kind of hoping it would come with Nintendo 64 games, but I'm pretty happy with what I got here. Now, the system has a total of 20,000 games, but on the Amazon store page, it was advertised as having double that. This is a Chinese-made bootleg, and I actually believe that they have a whole bunch of these things, like they're kind of just the same. They put them out as different systems to accrue the most sales. If you just type emulator system into Amazon, you'll get a whole bunch of things. 40,000 games, 23 emulators, that kind of stuff. It's still a good deal if you want to play this stuff on the TV, but don't really expect all of those numbers. And here is the game select screen. So besides having all of the games and sometimes including some box art, we have the buttons down here. I went to highlight game options because even though it says you need to hold the A button in order to access it, no matter what happens, if I can press down as hard as I can, it immediately starts up the game. As for the emulation quality, the pixels are really fuzzy and the screen is stretched into the aspect ratio of the TV. I haven't really found a way to change it, so if you're playing this, I really hope you like all your games in widescreen. Compared to the app Delta I have on my iPhone, which is another emulator, it doesn't look as clean and it doesn't have as many features, such as the fast forward or cheat codes. Really, the only special feature that this emulator system has is save states. Overall, I would say you get your money's worth with this system. It comes with a great amount of games as well as consoles, is incredibly easy to set up, and allows immediate multiplayer out of the box. The only things that disappointed me were the lack of some systems like Nintendo 64, lack of features compared to other emulators, and the inability to change the visuals. However, I don't think these are big enough flaws to bring down this package in any significant ways. As someone who plays with an emulator on my phone, the amount of space I have to reserve for these games make a system like this a breath of fresh air. And even though I can't use cheat codes or fast forward, the ability to play all of these on the TV make it really fun whenever I'm with my friends or my family members. If you're interested in stuff like this, I highly suggest you buy it. I give the GameStick Pro an 8 out of 10.